Thanks. My name's Josh Baer, and in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to give you 5 secrets to a killer elevator pitch. I've been pitched and given pitches hundreds of times, and I guarantee you if you apply these 5 techniques, your pitch is going to get way better. So what's an elevator pitch anyway? It's basically this short pitch that you'd give to describe your product or your company to somebody that doesn't know about it, and it lasts about as long as you'd have if you got stuck in an elevator with them. That's kind of obviously where the name comes from. And it's important to understand that the point of this pitch is you're not trying to hit a home run. You're not trying to close the deal right there. What you're trying to do is just get on first base. You just want to get a chance to talk to them again. That's really the point of all of it. And that's going to drive a lot of the decisions that you make about what you talk about and the order that you talk about it in. And it's something that everybody in the company needs to be able to do, even all you programmers. No matter who you are, you need to be able to talk about your company at the dinner table. You might be helping out at a trade show booth. You might actually get stuck in an elevator with somebody important and have your chance to tell them about your company. And everybody should say it, and they should be able to say it the same way. And it matters up on stage. If you're doing a 90-second pitch at demo, or you're doing a 10-minute demo at TechCrunch, or some other combination of those things, anytime that people are hearing about your company for the first time, all these principles are going to apply to that. So a lot of people's instincts when they talk about their company is first to tell everyone how great it is and to talk about their solution and their idea and focus on that. But no one's going to give a shit about your idea if they don't understand the problem first. So you got to make them sympathize and understand with that problem. And the best way to do that is to make them feel the pain. So to make them feel the pain, you want to help them understand how many people are impacted, quantify it. Tell them about how much money it costs them and how much time they spend on it, and really focus in on that first. Make sure they understand that pain before you start talking about your problem. And so the way this plays out, in a very short pitch, you actually are going to spend more time talking about the problem than the solution. And in a longer pitch, you're still always going to spend a few minutes up front really digging into the problem and making sure that they understand that first. So you kind of see some of those trade-offs. So a lot of great pitches start off as a story. A lot of times it's a before and an after. First, you walk through the story of someone that has the problem and showing what it was like and explaining that pain. And then you get to tell the story about the after, once they've got your solution and how great it is. And it's not a big surprise. We're all just trained to tell and to listen to stories. It starts when we're little kids. And it's much easier to remember the pitch and to say it the same way every time when you've got a story to go through. It's not a big surprise that the Bible is a story, because we want to remember it, and they didn't have all those other things. If you just start listing out features, if you just start describing what your product does, people are going to tune you out right away, whether they look like they're paying attention or not. Because nobody wants to get pitched. Nobody. So that's why you want to really position it as a story. And you got to keep it really simple. It's hard to talk about your company in a really simple way. Many companies, they spend months or even years trying to figure out what that right value prop is, what the right analogies are to talk about their company in a way that other people understand it. A lot of times, you might not realize it, but you've got your own jargon inside your company. You've got words that you guys use that nobody else would understand. And if you just use big words to try to sound important, what you end up doing is not communicating anything, because they're not even listening to you, or they're distracted. So this is your audience. This is who you're talking to. You got to make it so a 4th grader can understand it. And if it's not there, then you got to go work on it some more. You got to simplify it and dumb it down more. And nothing is too complicated for that. So you really want to keep it as simple as possible and avoid the jargon and other big words. And you got to have a killer closing. You should have some kind of one-liner that just wraps it up, that people are going to walk away with, and that they're going to be able to repeat to other people, that they're going to remember. It shouldn't be too cheesy because of that. But that killer closing, I can't believe how many people just miss it. They just end with, "I'm done." A lot of great closings are analogies. Some of my favorites, there's a company called Recycle Match, and their closing is, "We're like eHarmony for waste." Another great example is Chegg. They're like Netflix for textbooks. And you hear that, and you get it, and you can say it, and it's repeatable. Now, when you practice your pitch, you want to do it for real. Don't rush really fast through it or skip over parts. Do it in front of real people. Make them listen to you and feel a little bit of that intimidation, and listen to them. Listen to their feedback. I try to practice every pitch I'm going to do at least 100 times. And I actually count. You have to actually really do it 100 times. You have to do it enough that you're not memorizing it, you're not reading it off a script, but you know it, and you can improvise, and you can roll with it, and you can say what you got to say without it sounding rehearsed. And you should videotape yourself. You actually record yourself, and then watch it. And you're going to learn a lot from that. You're going to see ways that mannerisms you have, things you say, things that you want to change. And it's also probably going to help you slow things down, because naturally, people talk really quickly. So I've tried to use all those 5 concepts in putting this pitch here together today. Hopefully you could see that as I went along. And I guarantee you that if you apply these 5 concepts to your pitch, it's going to totally kick ass. Thanks.